What do Stanford University, University of Stuttgart, Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, and University of Calgary have in common? All of these major world scientific centers use laser research equipment produced by a small Tecnoscan company from Novosibirsk. There is a common joke in the USA that innovative enterprises are born in a basement or a garage. This is exactly the case with Tecnoscan company. It was born in a basement of one of the buildings on campus of Novosibirsk Akademgorodok, where the Laser Systems Laboratory of Novosibirsk State University is located. It is a self-financed university department, funded by grants and earning money from its equipment sales. It was there that the future founder of Tecnoscan, Sergei Koptsev, had started commercial activities in the 80s.
We made our first dye lasers in just a year or two and started supplying them under contract to various organizations all over Russia, to Vavilov State Optical Institute in St. Petersburg and to Moscow and St. Petersburg state universities. As a matter of fact, we were already operating as a company. That is, we had developed and were producing lasers and supplying them to different organizations.
Sergei Koptsev's team has managed to survive in the critical to Russian science 90s due to their ability to earn money and having a product in demand. The company had started to export most of their lasers. High qualification of Russian laser specialists had played a major role.
Russia inherited from the Soviet Union great scientific schools for laser technology in Moscow, St. Petersburg and Siberia. The optical laser industry was highly developed and represented by dozens of world-class centers. Therefore, during a reorganization of our sector, as happened in all sectors of Russian industry, many new enterprises emerged. Currently, we have more than 300 successful small enterprises in Russia, specializing in laser technology and its application.
Koptsev soon realized that it was too hard to sell, tune and repair lasers while staying with the university and set up a separate company for this purpose.
Universities all over the world are engaged in education. They don't produce or supply anything. And so any commercial activities by a Russian university are always viewed with suspicion. So it was quite natural to set up a company that also served to facilitate the export of our production.
That is how Tecnoscan emerged in 1993. There was another positive moment in founding a separate company. Now it could be supported by special business promotion organizations like the Foundation for Assistance to Small Innovative Enterprises in Science and Technology, which financed part of the R&D. But Tecnoscan did not sever connections with the university. On the opposite, it became a prototype for small high-tech companies spun off from universities and colleges that started to be discussed only 15 years later. The high schools have a chance to commercialize their developed IP and generate additional income.
Tecnoscan is not just a small business. In fact, it's also a university department, where students can work on their diploma theses and undertake laboratory research. And it's very important that students, from the very beginning, can deal with world-class, state-of-the-art technology.
Tecnoscan devices have various applications. In the 19th, for instance, they were used to treat oncology diseases.
The technology involves a special preparation called a photosensitizer, which is administered into the human body. The substance is known to selectively accumulate in cancer cells. Next, it's excited by laser radiation of a particular wavelength. The special feature of this is that once the preparation is excited, it produces oxygen, killing cancer cells. The technology has been well known in Russia and abroad, but its application has not been used until very recently.
The company's priority, however, is producing tunable laser systems. These research devices allow manipulation with separate atoms. In prospect, this technology will help make electronic chips.
You can make structures of separate atoms, and that's not 30 nanometer or the currently used 22 nanometer technology, but sub-nanometer technology. So you can see how physics leads to technology which concerns everyone, because chips are everywhere now, in mobile phones and so on. Just a few more steps and we'll be there. But it's not that easy either in terms of technology or physics. That's why people waste time and money enhancing such technology.
Tecnoscan has already produced over 200 various laser systems. Each laser system is assembled by hand and customized. These laser systems cost tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Customers, however, are ready to pay such a price, since the Novosibirsk scientists' and engineers' competence in this field is unquestionable. The sphere of competence is a field of a company's specialization. When working in a specific niche, a technology company must possess much more serious theoretical knowledge, practical skills, and material resources compared to its competitors. Odd as it may seem, the world laser giants cannot compete with Tecnoscan in this domain. Large companies cannot do the job in the advanced fields as quickly as highly specialized businesses, and this is very important for science, where the volume of knowledge and complexity of experiments keep growing constantly. Tecnoscan laser systems leave the major companies' products years behind. Moreover, many of Tecnoscan products must meet tight specifications, which is usually not commercially reasonable to do for a large company.
That's at a Bentley level, not a Volkswagen Golf off the conveyor belt. It's hand-assembled. Using the automotive industry as an analogy, we'd compare our systems to Bentley.
Only highly specialized experts can compete in this segment. Importantly, the development engineers do not leave their clients without guidance and supervision in studying operation manuals. They come to clients to assist with setting up laser systems and teach them to properly use their products.
We had a meeting with one Israeli company, the Weizmann Institute at the Institute of Science. Our friend who worked there told us a story. They had a partition wall, just a white one, and someone came up with the idea of covering this partition with formulas. So they collected from all the professors at the institute their favorite formulas and began pasting them on the wall. Then one worker said, "Oh, there's a mistake. This formula is wrong. That should be a minus sign, not a plus sign." Then the workers found another bug. How's that possible? It turned out that the workers who found the bugs were scientists from Belarus who were working a side job in Israel over the summer.
A possibility to get the first result from the work of the device, together with a specialist in the field to consult with, is a great advantage in scientific instrument making.
People in Siberia work at the highest international standards. Specialists are in high demand all over the world. They feel that they're equal participants in the world's scientific and technical processes, and that's significant. Frankly speaking, here in Russia, those who deal with science or technology are often seen as losers, meaning that if you couldn't become a banker or you had to work in science. In Siberia, there's a different atmosphere, and that's very important to the university.
Today, Tecnoscan clients are large companies and scientific centers in the USA, Canada, Germany, France, and Japan. The lion's share of sales is export. That's why the Tecnoscan specialists consider Russian custom rules as one of the main problems for innovative business.
If you could facilitate export-import procedures for innovators, it would be much more effective than empty talk about modernization or Seliger gatherings. All over the world, goods and equipment can easily travel across state borders without any problems.
Almost all enterprises of laser industry face similar problems. In addition, the state does not pay enough attention to photonics itself.
Taxes stifle, and so does a bureaucratic, excessively complicated system of financial reporting. Equally stifling are customs rules, according to which it takes you months of writing, coordinating, and arranging to receive any petty item for, say, $200. For some odd reason, photonics and laser technology are not included amongst the critically important technologies, the 5 technologies which are allowed federal funding for science and technology.
Since Tecnoscan earns by producing pieceworks made on buy-order basis, there is no reason for the company to keep a huge production base. Most of the components are purchased from Russian and external suppliers. Incidentally, this allows the company to choose suppliers who propose most up-to-date solutions. For example, recently the company rejected milling technology and replaced it with laser technology, which is cheaper, faster, and more precise.
For example, all these case elements are made by milling. They're totally milled. Each detail is milled and coated separately, then assembled. Here we infuse fresh blood into our activities. It's made from a sheet of metal, 1.5 millimeters thick. All the components are bent and assembled by laser. Here we use the technology of one-piece labeling, letting us produce such nice-looking cases.
Tecnoscan plans to order components in the technology park of Novosibirsk Science Campus too. Right now, a mighty production base is being formed there. It will work considering the needs of small innovative companies.
We hope to enable and utilize the capacity of the Center for Technological Support at the Technological Park. There are plans to kickstart various productions there, from metalworking to galvanics, winding, and some other things that we haven't used so far.
The Technological Park will help solve another old Tecnoscan problem. Until now, the laser developers huddle in the basement and in the attic floor of the university. To assemble lasers, they have built an outbuilding to the Institute of Automation and Electrometry at their own expense. The Technological Park provided the company with its own office and production areas. Finishing works are being completed there now.
Here, Tecnoscan's largest production site will be situated, right here on these premises. Now, installation works are underway. In a few days, they'll be working on the ceiling. Floor cloth has already been bought. Then optical tables will be delivered. Cabling will follow, and so on.
The company plans to produce not only existing but also absolutely new laser systems here. At present, research of nanotubes usage in laser technology is being carried out. Sergei Koptsev does not only plan to present novel scientific results, but also considers using new materials and technologies in the next generation of laser systems.